And here you are, ready to make the graph of your third experiment. So again, instead of being in experiment 2 at the bottom tab, you go to experiment 3. And you are going to enter your data. You're going to select the data. You're going to go to Insert, Chart, and then you will get this graph. Now, this looks quite different from what we've seen so far. So we see that as the distance from our electromagnet increases, and remember the distance were sort of like these units, but I try to be as good as possible about going equal amounts of steps, right? So we're just saying these are equal units. So it was 1 unit away, the strength was really high, and then as I moved away, it became lower and lower and lower. But notice it does not become 0. And so you could definitely call this a negative relationship, because as the distance increases, the electromagnetic strength decreases. However, it's not a linear relationship. This is an inverse relationship. We have inverse relationships a lot in physics, and you get an inverse relationship when you divide by something. So in this case, you divide by the distance squared. And that's why we get smaller. So think about it. When you have a certain number, this number here, and you divide it by 1, well, it becomes smaller. But if you divide it by 2 squared, it becomes much smaller. And then you divide it by 3 squared and so on. However, you're never going to get to 0. You're going to approach 0, but you're not going to get there. And that's an inverse relationship, so not linear. Okay, so again, copy and paste that into your slides and write your conclusion. Good work.